You wriggle in the dark. Dozens of slippery things slide all over you. It's like being buried alive. And then, oh, hi, Mom. Wait, where's she going? Well, this isn't the most respectable start, but don't worry. It's far from the last undignified moment of your life. You untangle yourself from the ball of baby snakes. One is particularly hard to shake. What's his problem? Oh, he's dead. A few of them are. Well, that's sad. Wait, Mom's coming back. She didn't forget about you after all. Oh, never mind. She's eating your dead siblings. All right, you can take a hint. Time to hit the road. Your siblings scatter in different directions without so much as goodbye. But being on your own is fine. You can pick your own bedtime, go to bed without brushing your teeth. You only have to look out for numero uno. It can't be that hard, can it? As a newborn Titanoboa, you're going to grow into one of the most fearsome snakes the world has ever seen. Of course, if you live that long. If you want to live up to your name, you're going to have to start acting like a fearsome predator. It's 10 million years after the dinosaurs kicked the bucket. The hot and humid tropics of what's now called Colombia would be blisteringly overwhelming for some. For a cold-blooded creature at the mercy of Mother Nature's thermostat, it's perfect. You're in the mood for food, but you want to play it safe. You're still a small fry, after all. Your tongue detects the scent of something edible up ahead. A grasshopper isn't really a 5-star meal, but it does seem safe. You slither through all the tall grass, your carnivorous jaws opening wider, until, it hopped away. You soon realize you're more built for choking someone to death, not for speed. You're going to need to be a little more stealthy. You might have to... Where did that come from? Crocodiles are opportunistic predators. They'll eat anything they can get their claws on. And this one's got you pretty good. You're struggling, dodging its chomping teeth. Sorry, everyone. This episode might be a lot shorter than we thought. Just when all hope seems lost. Is that you? Well, this is embarrassing. You've shit yourself. Great. You're going to die of embarrassment before this croc even kills you. Actually, even the crocodile seems too disgusted by your horrible shit smell. So it leaves. Lucky for you, that means you get to live another day. Maybe you should wash up a bit in the river. Actually, this is pretty good. This feels right. Why were you spending so much time on land? It was a lot harder to move up there. And here you're faster. You blend into the murky depths. You were made for this. You still need to reach the surface once in a while to gulp down some oxygen and to sleep. At least you're able to hold your breath really well, storing oxygen in your lungs. The slightest flick of your forked tongue lets you know that prey is approaching. And it's a much more filling meal, a nice big lungfish. It swims by like a Dumbo, looking for a meal of its own. You better get this right in one go. Your teeth launch into the unsuspecting lungfish and burrow deep into its side. But catching it's only half the battle. The lungfish tries to push off and swim away. But the more it struggles, the deeper your recurved teeth dig into its flesh. It's locked in. Holding it in place with your teeth, you wrap your body around the violently squirming fish. You squeeze tighter and tighter, smashing its circulatory system until its heart almost explodes. Unable to breathe, the lungfish starts to suffocate. The thrashing slows as it falls unconscious, the life being crushed from its body. It's dinner time. You widen your mouth wider than ever before, your flexible bones allowing you to swallow the fish whole. It's wider than you are, so you're pretty full. You can digest a single meal for weeks or even months at a time. After all, you're not big on chewing. Your teeth aren't made for it. So instead, the hydrochloric acid in your stomach slowly liquefies your meal, skin, bones, and all. Everything must go. Sometimes it can take up to a full year. And although you're feeling pretty satisfied at that time, you have to be careful. You're most vulnerable when you're bloated and digesting a big meal. You need to remain on high alert. Hello, what do we have here? You're increasingly aware that you aren't the only Titanoboa who calls this river home. There are thousands of you here, and some of them are quite attractive. One lovely lady keeps looking at you. You're still digesting a pretty big meal, so you suck in your gut and try to look your best. You notice that you're not the only guy looking for a chance with this Titano babe. Fair enough. May the best man win. You make your move, and so does he, but she's paying more attention to him. What's he have that you don't have? Oh, lunch. Boy, you misread her signals. Well, looks like the best man won. Being single isn't so bad. You've had time to work on yourself. You've grown a lot. You're the length of a f***ing school bus. You weigh a couple 1,000 pounds, and you're now one of the largest animals in your environment. It's an environment filled with large fish, massive crocodiles, and giant turtles. And one day, as you're lying in wait for your next meal, a turtle walks into your attack spot. You've never tried turtle before. It's bigger than an average living room sofa with a rock-hard shell, but you can find room. Why not? You catch the turtle in your teeth. As it fights to free itself, you curl your massive body around it and clamp down with 400 pounds per square inch of pressure. It's enough to crush a fucking rhino. In a little time, it's enough to crush this turtle too. You begin sliding the massive corpse down your freakishly stretched out mouth. Soon, there's a living room sofa-sized, turtle-sized bulge in your midsection. That thick shell? It's taking a long time for your stomach acid to dissolve. Same thing for the bones. This might have not been such a good idea. You've been bloated and more vulnerable for longer than usual, and other predators are starting to notice. Your forked tongue detects the scent of a crocodile, and sure enough, there's a crocodile on your tail. You struggle and wriggle. Ordinarily, you could coil around an enemy and stop their heart, but you've got a massive turtle in your gut that's making it harder to flex. The fucking crocodile bites your fucking tail. You've got another trick up your sleeve, but it's not gonna look very good. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. You and the croc both glance at the half-dissolved remains that you've puked up. You both know what that means. You're ready to fuck him up. You make yourself tall. He sizes you up, decides it's not worth it, and bails. Another gross, close call. Time to look for a new meal. Well, maybe later. You've sort of lost your appetite. You've gotten far in life, sticking to the lungfish for dinner and steering clear of females, but one day, something changes. The males and females are acting strange, like there's something in the water, specifically chemicals sending a message that it's mating season, and it's safe to come a little bit closer. You feel a sudden, strong attraction. You get the feeling that the two of you were made for each other, destined to be together, and I guess they're all feeling it too. It's a free-for-all as all the guys pile on the female snake. Everyone's pushing each other out of the way, wrestling and wriggling over and under. It's like a snake mosh pit, except instead of losing yourself to the music, you're losing your dignity fighting for a date. This mating ball goes on for weeks, and it isn't pretty. You would have preferred dinner and a movie, but finally, you and the lady Titanoboa mate. She stops spreading her attractive chemical, so the other guys get the message. Get lost. You part ways shortly after, too. Turns out you're not much of a family person either, just like dear old Ma. Now, you start to reflect. It hasn't always been the most honorable life, but you've done pretty well for yourself. You've become an apex predator. You're among the largest snakes the earth has ever seen, and you've had a few kids, presumably. You've never met them. What do you do next with your life? Well, keep going. Titanoboas continue to grow their entire lives. The longer and more successful you live, the bigger you can get. And you've already come this far. What could possibly stop you now? You're on a routine trek over dry land. You try to keep these as short as possible. One of the downsides to growing so large is that up here, your own body fights against you. You struggle against gravity to breathe. Just before you return to the water, you sense danger approaching. It took you off guard here so many years ago, when you were just a young Titanoboa. But now you're a full-grown monster. You're ready for the gigantic crocodile that bursts from the tall grass. You curl around to face it, but your reaction time is slower than you expected. A combination of being on land and the effects of age. Dirosaurid crocodiles are usually the size of an SUV and weigh nearly half a ton. This one's bigger than that. It's the biggest you've ever seen. It gets its teeth around you and bites into your powerful muscles. You're not going down without a fight. You wrap your coils around it and start choking him. It squirms, trying to catch its breath, but you wrap around it even more. You both struggle in a mess of tails and limbs. Dirosaurid crocodiles have always been your biggest enemy. Now, two giants battle in the ancient rainforest. Only one will survive. You're losing on the land, but with an effort, you shift your weight and drag both of you into the water. Here, you have a chance. Clouds of blood spray from the bite marks on your neck. One of the crocodile's rib crunches under your pressure. It whips its tail at you. Its teeth tear away at your face, but soon it slows. Its heart has exploded. You've beaten it. It's not often you've eaten crocodiles. Your diet is mainly the man-sized lungfish, but you've earned this. You stuff the monster croc down your throat. About halfway down, something seems wrong. Your body is stretching about as wide as it can get. By the time it reaches your stomach, you realize there's a problem. Your muscles spasm, your body shakes, and then it seems there are limits to everything. This time, your eyes were too big for your stomach, and now your stomach is on the outside of your insides. In the end, neither of you walked away from this clash of the titans.